There are stories that are not boisterous. They do not clamor for attention, nor do they boast of great feats. These stories live in silence, like the breath of the forests, or the slow, deep beat of a giant elephant's heart, which pulses in unison with the earth. Today, I have brought you such a story. It is about a man, Lawrence Anthony, whose heart was guided by understanding. He found a connection that bridged the distance between fear and unconditional acceptance, and about a herd that believed in him, not by command, but by the voice of the soul. And about a bond that transcends species, and survives even death. Lawrence Anthony was not a hero in the way the world measures heroism. He was not an animal tamer who sought dominance. He was guided by only one thing, a deep, quiet reverence for all of creation. He believed that if man held a genuine place for nature in his heart, nature would in turn allow man to find a place within it. When he learned that a wild herd of elephants, wounded and thus labeled dangerous, was about to be culled, he made one single instinctive decision: I must save them. His resolve was not a reckless gamble, but a quiet commitment to the principle that all life deserves compassion. There was no guarantee he would survive, as these elephants feared everything human due to the harm they had suffered. However, Lawrence did not see a threat in them, but rather the value of life itself. He understood their fear. For woundedness always defies, always bites back, even in the most peaceful, most dignified creature. But Lawrence sought to heal the memory of harm, not fight the visible damage. He understood that true safety is not the absence of fear, but the presence of deep, unwavering respect. The first few days passed in an almost intangible silence. The man watched the herd from a distance, completely still, and they too watched him intently from afar. It was as if both sides were trying to read the nuances of the other's soul, the words left unspoken. Lawrence did not approach with force. He did not seek dominance, and he gave no commands. He simply remained with them. His stillness was his strongest statement, a vow of patience spoken without sound. This selfless presence set the tone for trust. And every evening, he would walk up to the fence and begin to speak to them softly. His voice was no more than a warm breath in the African night, accompanied only by the moon's silver light. He was a man who wanted nothing to take. He only wished to create peace. And slowly, so very slowly, the herd began to move closer. Not all at once, not bravely, but the way a broken heart moves when it starts to feel again, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Yet, every day, a little closer. It was a lesson in the power of waiting, waiting without judgment, without expectation, allowing the wounds of the past to breathe. Trust is never born out of command. It comes from that gentle strength when someone is willing to be present for days and weeks, accepting the dignity of the other. And Lawrence showed that patience. As time passed, inner peace prevailed. The herd now knew, this man was not an enemy, but something more. An anchor beside whom they were safe. They allowed him to walk beside them. They allowed him to speak to them, not with words, but with soul. And they allowed him to touch their hearts. This spiritual journey lasted for years. Lawrence lived with them in the heart of the wild reserve, and soon, the herd was no longer considered dangerous. Because living creatures, no matter how immense, instinctively sense, across all species, who comes with peace. In March 2002, Lawrence Anthony passed away. The news had not yet reached every human ear, but it had reached someone. The news traveled not through technology, but through the intricate silent network of the wild. The matriarch of the herd suddenly stopped. The others gathered around her. Then, as if called by an invisible sign, a shared memory, they set off. They marched for 12 hours. Silently, with dignity. Through hills, across rivers and bushland, straight to Lawrence's home, traversing the areas they had previously avoided. This journey was a pilgrimage of the heart, driven by an unspoken fidelity. No human had told them. There was no sign, there was no call. Only the feeling of loss led their journey. And when they arrived at the house, they stopped. The matriarch raised her trunk and quietly rumbled. The others did the same. It was as if, in their own way, they were saying, "We know. You are gone. But we will not forget you. Because your heart gave us a home. Now we return the respect." They stayed there for 2 days, standing vigil around the house. Just as a herd does when it accepts someone as its own. Lawrence Anthony's story is a clear mirror, reminding us of something we often forget, that love does not always take human form, and that there are connections that transcend biology, species, and the spoken word. The herd's funeral march delivered one message to the world: the heart remembers. This memory is etched into the deepest part of existence. Even when the clamor of the world has faded, the strength of inner peace remains. And I am Lyra. I tell you these stories so that you may see, the world is full of quiet heroes. They are often found where we least expect them, acting purely from the spirit of kinship. And sometimes, the greatest ones are not human. Knowledge is never an end in itself, it always seeks to connect with your humanity. Allow today's message to reach your soul. Next time, I will bring another story about inner freedom and spiritual development. Thank you for being with me today. If this message has touched you, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so we can meet again. If there is someone whose heart this could heal right now, please share it with them.